class sizes have increased dramatically in the course of these budget cuts. My class sizes have gone up just in a matter of one school year, 33%.
Oh my
and
goodness.
The subject that I teach is a hands-on, innovative, problem-solving group work class where the kids really have to work together in teams and groups to get jobs done. And so you can imagine from going from about 22 to 24 students per class to 35 students in a class where, you know, the classroom management, and it really takes a lot for you to manage a class that dramatically increases in one school year of that size. And not to mention that the products and the consumable items that we need to purchase for us to do our job and for the kids to do the projects every time we have to do a project, it really does affect you. Like, I never realized how important it is for us to have access to the certain materials and the supplies that we need. And you know, you took it for granted when you had it. You were appreciative of it, but you may not have known that it was not always going to be there. But I wish it were there, because now it's just it's really a handicap for you to not have the access. And you know, we're all about trying to get the kids to learn more and think critically and do things outside the box and learn different ways to go about solving a problem. But not having access to the materials, it really prohibits you from being able. The teachers have to be more creative and divisive in getting the things that they need, but the kids don't have access to it, to certain things, so that prohibits them from being able to go above and beyond. So yes, do I have to go out of pocket? Absolutely. I mean, my salary, I'm appreciative of it, but we know where teachers fall on the scale of the average, you know, job. So what can I say? So yeah, I have to come out of pocket, and I don't even bother asking for it back, because you're just tired of hearing no. You just do it out of, we already know that we're in the profession because of our love and desire to help others. So the fact that you can't get it back, you just cut your losses. And so you go in, you put a smile on your face, and you do the best job you can, knowing that it's going to benefit the kids in the long run. I remember just this school year, I went, you know, I found this card stock that was purchased, and the kids were like, "You did all this for us?" And I'm like, "Yes, don't you realize I enjoy being here? I want to be here. I want to be able to help you all and teach you things that I've experienced." And so they were appreciative of it, just from that statement, like, "Thank you, Miss Laston, like, we really appreciate it." They didn't, you know, I didn't just put it out there like, "I want this for you." No, they were able to discover that teachers have to do things on their own to get the things that need to be done in order to have an effective classroom.
The class sizes, they're bigger, larger than they were, especially in my old school in the younger grades. When I talk to them, they're complaining about how many students they have in first and second grade. And again, I don't know about the school in that.
Budget cuts have impacted the ability for us as a school to have support staff service our large number of students with IEPs, and also address the needs of today's 21st century digital learners. For a student who's supposed to have one-on-one support, they might be in a group that's 3 or 4-on-1. For a student that needs a scribe, they might have to wait as the one scribe scribes for 5 or 6 other people. A scribe is someone who writes the thoughts of the student for them, and it's part of their IEP or 504 plan. I would have legislators provide more money to give updated textbooks, updated digital resources for our millennial learners, and provide extra funding for support staff to support the needs of both ends of differentiation, both advancement and IEP needs.
Funding leads to resources. Funding is not the end, it's a means to an end. And when you have less of it, you have less of the resources that are connected to there. Whether it be, if we're looking at a novel, and the novel is not being something that connects or interests the students, you're looking for trade novels or additional books related to the theme of that main novel. And if you don't have the funding for that, then there's less opportunities to get text in that could engage students more fully in the reading process. Then you look at extracurricular activities. If we lengthen a school day with reading especially, we'll get more results. But if there's not funding for the staff, then there's less opportunity for that activity. Any early childhood or even middle school reading intervention after school program, I think, is worth its weight in gold. When you have a situation where you have students who are struggling in reading, they are in need of more intensive and kind of comprehensive intervention. And if funding follows, then the interventions will happen, and ultimately when you have more literate students, you have a more literate population, which leads to a better society.